Power on. Bluetooth mode. The
Hello?
Bluetooth device has connected successfully.
Hello? A lot of you guys have said you don't mind standing, but there is a lot of space if you do want to sit. Yeah, so you can come and squeeze in if you want to. Okay, good morning everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We gathered today under this willow tree, a place sorry. I might give it to you. Thank you all for being here. We've gathered today under this willow tree, a place Gabby knew well, a place she loved, to remember and celebrate Gabriela Joanna Machowski. Today is heavy with sadness. We're here because we've lost someone far too young, someone whose light we expected to shine beside us for decades to come. The absence of her is profound, and we feel it deeply. But as I look at all of you here, I'm also moved by something else. This gathering, all of us here together, is itself a testament to who Gabby was. Look around at the different lives represented here. Childhood friends from DSJ, university friends from WITS, family who've known her since birth, people from different places across the city, so many different paths, all intersecting because of one person. That tells you everything about Gabby, about her warmth, her openness, and the way she drew people in. Gabriela Joanna Machowski was born on June 28, 2001, here in Johannesburg, a city she would grow to love with fierce devotion. She was the daughter of Edith and Robert, sister to Eric, Beval, and Alexander, granddaughter to Evelyn and Wilfred Grimm, Octavia, and what? Andrew Machowski, niece to Ola and Raina Bradel, Luke Brandel, Luke and Nikki Machowski, stepdaughter to Katia Machowski, cousin to Angelica and Michael Brandel. Apologies for the pronunciation of the names. As well as Adria and Daniel Machowski, and of course, best friend to her dog Penelope. She grew up attending the Deutsche Schule Johannesburg, where she formed friendships that would last her entire life. Those who know her remember a girl who was open, down to earth, curious, independent, and kind, making friends with all sorts of people in the school. She was also a solid rock to many of the younger kids, such as Eric's friends, providing support, friendship, and for some, even the big sister they never had. To those in her grade, she was a wonderful artist, a cupcake business entrepreneur, a dedicated humanitarian and volunteer, a kind prefect, and a great friend. In 2020, she began studying architecture at WITS, and this is where many of us came to know her. But Gabby wasn't just studying buildings, she was learning how to build a better world. She cared deeply about people, about community, the city itself, as a living, breathing organism. She saw Johannesburg not as a collection of separate parts, but as an interconnected whole where everyone mattered. Gabby had this rare quality. She truly saw people, not just in passing, but deeply. She volunteered with children at Children of Fire, a home for children with severe burn injuries, giving her time and heart to kids who needed someone to see them and to believe in them. She opened many of our eyes to parts of Johannesburg we might have walked past, to waste reclaimers, to people living on the margins, to communities that often go unnoticed. She didn't just see them, she saw their humanity, their dignity, their right to belong in the city, often stopping to speak to them, hear them, and help them. But beyond all of her passion and purpose, Gabby was also simply wonderful to be around. She was bubbly and friendly, quirky and silly. She laughed at everything, freely, fully, the kind of laugh that made you want to laugh too. She was contemplative, needing a quiet moments in nature like this to think and dream and recharge. She loved plants, loved being outdoors, and loved this park where we stand today. She came here often for picnics with friends, afternoon walks, time with Penelope, moments of reflection under the trees just like this one. She found peace here among the green things and the growing things. It feels very right that we're celebrating her here in this place that she loved, under this willow tree, surrounded by the nature that nourished her spirit. Gabby made friends everywhere she went. She had this openness, this genuine warmth that made people feel seen and welcomed. She showed us parts of the city we wouldn't have discovered on our own. Not just places, but new ways of seeing, new ways of understanding, new capacities for compassion. She changed us, she made us better, more thoughtful, more generous, and more alive to the world around us. Today we honor all of who she was. The loyal friend,
Today we honor all of who she was, the loyal friend, the loving daughter and sister, the contemplative soul who found meaning in quiet moments, the joyful presence who made every gathering brighter. This morning, we'll hear from those who loved Gabby. Her grandmother, godmother, Birgit, will share a poem. Her uncle Luke will speak. Friends will speak about what she meant to them, and then we'll open the space for anyone who'd like to share a memory, a story, a moment that captured Gabby, who Gabby was to you.
After we've spoken, we'll dedicate a bench that has been placed here in Gabby's memory, a permanent place in this park that she loved. We can come to sit, to remember, to feel close to her. Each of you will have the chance to place a flower and say anything you would like to her. No perfect way to do this. We're simply here to hold Gabby in our hearts together, to speak her name, and to make sure her light continues in all of us. If I could call up Birgit.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here to read a poem, but before I get going, I just want to remind you that Gabby was a person who lived life from the minute she screamed her first scream. I saw her 3 hours after she was born in hospital, and boy did she have spunk. And I think that is what we remember her for, her enjoyment of life. And I think Gabby lived a life, in that short span she was with us, she lived a whole lifetime. And for that, I chose a poem by John Gillespie. He was a young soldier who flew aeroplanes in the World War II. And he loved flying and he loved life. There's only one poem of his available, but I want to read it, and I'll do it without the microphone because I am running out of hands. All right. The poem is called High Flight by John Gillespie McGee. Oh, I have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies of laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of, wheels and sword and swan. High in the sunlit silence, hovering there, I have chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, where never lark nor ever eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, I put out my hand and touched the face of God. oops, this poem, this poem captures the energy that Gabby has, the love of life. And I really think I have had my time of sorrow and bereavement, that Gabby lived her life and touched the skies and touched our hearts, and we want to rejoice in that today. So while you are here sad, let's also remember that she wouldn't want us to be sad, but to rejoice with her. And like when we used to have meetings at my house, she would always ask me, Auntie Birgit, when are we coming for pancakes again? Gabby, the pancakes are waiting, and we can color and decorate Christmas cookies as well. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm Gabby's auntie. I was at university when Gabby was born, and I was living with Edith and Robert at the time. So she used to come and hang out in my room a lot as a tiny baby. I'm so amazed at all of you people. There's so many of you, and you all look so pulled together. And I think Gabby would have been proud of us because she didn't do formal. I'm surprised you wanted us to be formal, because Gabby, not the Gabby that I knew, she would always come up with a completely alternate idea of a formal wear. And I am amazed and surprised as to how many people's lives she impacted, but I'm not surprised at any of the words that I've heard before. She was my roller coaster. She forced you to face whatever feelings were going around, because she would pull you to the edge of your patience, and she would never try the easy way. So she was remarkable. She didn't have it easy, and often remarkable and precious and rare things, they just get a short time. we don't know how long we get on this earth, and it is very cliche because that's what you always say, but it's true. Some of us have very short time to make a big impact. Others get a very long life, and unfortunately those who live longer get to see more sparks go out. So the most important thing is, I guess, not your long-term plans. It's about living the moment like Gabby did, experiencing the air, the sun, the sky, the plants to the fullest, as if you don't have a lot of time. So please look after each other and look after yourselves. And thank you for knowing Gabby.
Friends, beloved family, it's really a true testament of what friends Gabby had in life and how she impacted all of us. So thank you very much for coming out. I'm truly blessed, although not very good at this, but I'm blessed to be able to speak today at her memorial. I'm going to have to say my thank yous before, because I'm not going to get to the end of the speech. But I just wanted to say a big thank you to Sylvie and the friends that I don't know who helped out with today. I think this is truly not only a fitting, but a really true honor of what Gabby's life was like. I thank the family who traveled from Pretoria and those friends that I don't know where you traveled from, but thank you for coming out here. So Sylvie, thank you. This is beautiful. 2 nights ago, I was lying awake 3 in the morning, thinking what to say, and I was reminded of a strange event from my childhood. When I was a child in Natal, we found a chameleon in the garden, and my sister put the chameleon on my head, and it went bright yellow. The most yellow I've ever seen a chameleon could go. And that's when I realized it reminded me of Gabby's beautiful golden hair, and these beautiful flowers give us a good reminder of her radiance. So that's when I understood. I'm not sure if many of you know, but Gabby loved animals, and I'm going to try and describe her. There's no better fitting way. How do you celebrate a chameleon, an African chameleon? On paper, it might be confusing. What color is it? It's not any one color. Sometimes it changes colors. Sometimes it's all the colors. I think these flowers are so appropriate, thank you. I think it gives you a glimpse of the various colors that Gabby would show. I think just seeing all of the faces, I'm sure there's incredible stories and so much color and richness that each of you had with Gabby. How do you describe a chameleon? Well, you celebrate the incredible, unique things. On paper, it doesn't make sense. Tongue as long as the body, a tail, claws that can grab things, it just doesn't make sense. But Gabby, for me, she was that chameleon. I think we each have our own different stories, but I wanted to try and describe her life in a way that's true. So my stories, in about 2001 to 2003, she was born just up the road, Montgomery Park, and we used to come with her with the pram to this park so often. We walked this park flat. I think the pram wheels were coming off by the end of it. There was always stuff flying out of the pram. If you had a metal detector, I bet you could still find some of Gabby's things here. When she got a bit older, we moved, so I was at varsity as well, so we got to experience her energy right from the beginning. Then they moved further up to Northcliffe, and there she had an amazing garden with beautiful trees, something like this one today, but it was a pin oak. And her grandfather, Wilfred Grimm, would come every Sunday with his dogs, for quite a while. He would walk from Auckland Park all the way. He would trek through over the koppies to Northcliffe Hill, and he would come for his reinforced coffee. I don't think Gabby knew what reinforced coffee was. There was a bit of whiskey in there, but like she was ready there to get it for her grandfather. And that's where, in that pin oak, her grandfather built a beautiful tree house. I mean, I've never seen a tree house that needs those cages for safety. She had one of those growing up, so she was an avid nature and animal lover. And this beautiful park it's very true to, I think, what Gabby grew up with and loved. So thank you for choosing this this absolutely incredible place to have her memorial. Later on, when we had our children, I think anyone with children will know the young years you're quite busy. So I didn't really get to know Gabby during her school years. But then when she started going to university and she was interested in architecture, I remember, must have been 2020 then, somewhere thereabout, we took a drive with her through Sandton, just out, windows down in the car, driving through Sandton, just admiring all the incredible, beautiful buildings. And the next time you're driving in Sandton or thereabout, just think about that was Gabby's other love, the absolute beauty. And I kid you not, if you saw us in that car, you would have seen Gabby's eyes going like a chameleon's that day. She was just taking it all in. And that's a great moment where, for the first time, I understood what she really, her love for architecture and beauty. However, Gabby was different. That style of buildings was something, and I think her father traveling around the world gave her opportunities to go see Europe and different places. But I think this nature and what we see here never left Gabby. More recently, she came to stay with us. I think it was, as with every student, the final exams are always very difficult, and final projects are such a thing to get through. And that's where I got to see her architecture, her beauty. And if any of you did, you'd see she managed to take this incredible nature, make it her own, and that's the Gabby I knew. So I believe that today Gabby is getting closer to God, who is the ultimate architect, and it's fitting that the color, her uniqueness, that we just celebrate that and we're reminded by it. Thank you for all the thoughtfulness that's gone in today. Gabby, we love you, and the friends that you've made and impacted will have far-reaching ripples as
So I'm Michael, I'm Gabby's cousin, and so during I'm quite happy about the flower arrangements here. I'm seeing lots of sunflowers, and that's what lots of people saw her as, but I don't, and I'll explain it in a short story. When we were small, during family gatherings,